Welcome to Lighthouse Sea Fishing Tutorials. This video marks the very first video of our beach equipment series. We've picked a priority subject to start with. Today we'll be going over the importance of how to use waders safely when shore fishing. We'll first be covering how waders can affect your buoyancy in certain situations. We'll then discuss water conditions and the weather, and how this affects your ability to wade. We'll then briefly talk about different types of submerged substrate that you may find beneath the water. Finally, we'll talk about the important aspect of companion safety. So let's first take a look at how waders affect buoyancy and how waterlogging can also affect this. Waders are typically designed to be worn, using a partially loose fit to allow for movement and adding underlayers of clothing. This means that many types of wader will trap a layer of air inside them. Also, due to their looser fit, they are dragged more by any water movement, almost like a rudder effect. When waders have air inside them, this will have the effect of adding buoyancy to your legs and lower half of your body. The looser fit also causes restriction to movement whilst in the water. In deeper water that is anything above wading depth, waders will initially cause your legs and lower half of your body to float more, which can tip the top half of your body into a more level or prone floating position. In this situation, water will begin to breach your waders and enter from the top. This will then cancel out any positive buoyancy or trapped air you initially had. Trying to swim or move with the resistance of the water against your wader material will be significantly harder, which will cause you to exhaust your energy levels much faster than usual. You will also be dragged more by any current or tide due to the same resistance. Aside from waders being difficult to remove whilst not on solid ground, or whilst submerged, there is also the factor of waders having extra suction if they become wet inside. It's for all of these reasons that it is much better we prevent an emergency situation from occurring in the first place, rather than trying to address an emergency in the moment. There have been a number of media-reported fatalities that you can find online, linked to the use of waders. So it's so important that we look after ourselves and others by practicing good safety methods when using them. So let's now take a look at how water conditions and weather can affect wading safety. When rough winds are present blowing towards the shore, this can only mean one thing: rough wave action. Rough wave action can be something of a challenging invitation to anglers, mainly for methods such as bass fishing. These kinds of conditions can be dangerous at any time, especially when wearing waders. In fact, when swirls are heavy, even very shallow water can be a safety hazard, as water depth rapidly changes and carries force, which can easily knock you off your feet. The backdraw current of the surf will also be stronger. When attempting to fish in heavy swirls, it is important to avoid any wading and remain on dry land at all times, well clear of the shoreline. It's important to also remember that weather and water conditions can always change. Keep an eye out for any telltale indications, such as incoming storm clouds on the horizon. This can allow you to prepare to move, if required. A lot of the time, it may be the case that when you are wading and fishing with some wave action evident, the conditions will still be manageable. However, it is important to remember that even in relatively calm conditions, waves can vary quite a lot from each other, with one sudden large wave often occurring out of nowhere. This is something to take into account when wading in deeper depths of water, in otherwise fairly moderate or manageable conditions. As well as the water itself, wading safety conditions can also be affected in terms of temperature. If you are wading in colder conditions, remember that your body temperature will drop significantly if you are not wearing appropriate clothing. Make sure to make good use of underlayers, especially if using breathable nylon waders. or PVC waders. It is also possible to make use of thick neoprene waders in such conditions. Doing these things will make sure you avoid having an uncomfortable session, and even more importantly, they will prevent you having your body potentially go into hypothermia. The opposite, of course, is also true for summer, where dehydration and overheating can be a concern. Avoiding thick neoprene material or dark-colored material will help you stay cool. Always remember to take fresh water with you to rehydrate. Let's now take a look at the important and often overlooked aspect of the ground beneath the water. There are many different types of venue, each with its own type of ground or substrate beneath the water. This includes sand beaches, shingle beaches, rock marks, and more. One type of beach mark that can be dangerous for wading is a clay beach. This is because when soft silty clay sediment is present, it can be very easy to become stuck and caught by the incoming tide. The same is true of mixed substrate beaches or solid clay beaches, where slippery clay patches may be present. If you slip whilst wading in deeper water, this could be an issue. You should never wade out over soft silty clay, and always avoid solid clay patches on mixed venues. Another venue type that can cause at least something of an issue is rock marks. Due to the highly abrasive environment you are fishing, leaks or breaches in your waders could be a possible issue. Many rock marks are too steep to wade, though for more shallow rock marks, this is something to be aware of. When walking across boulder beaches, the ground can be loose and suddenly move. This can cause you to fall or injure your ankle whilst in deeper water. The same is actually true of any venue type. Even sand or shingle beaches where you have uneven ground from gullies can be an issue. It is a wise move to always take a good look at the ground you will be wading out on at low tide to know exactly which parts are safe to walk on. Always take care as you walk, perhaps even using your rod rest as a walking aid when walking across uneven ground. Finally, let's take a very quick look at companion safety. Fishing as a pair or group can help ensure you wade more safely. This is particularly true when fishing in spots away from crowds. If in the event anyone can safely enter the water to assist someone in trouble, they should be sure to first remove their own waders. In the event that someone becomes stuck in the substrate under the water, it is important to call the emergency services immediately. Do not try to enter the water. Hi guys, just a quick reminder, if you like my videos and find that you are learning some useful tips, please do remember to click the subscribe button just under this video. Subscribing is completely free. There's no sign-up process as it's all done at the click of a button. Also do remember to hit the like button if you find a specific video interesting and helpful. Doing these things really does help support the channel and allows me to keep making more and more helpful videos that will hopefully make your sessions that much more enjoyable. Thanks so much guys. Well done for reaching the end of this tutorial. Wading can be a fun and brilliant method to improve your fishing. We hope that this video has encouraged you to use waders safely and effectively. If you would like to learn more about the types of wader available and how to choose the right type, feel free to click the link showing now. There are also videos that show you how to use weather to your advantage to give you the best chance of catching your next PB. Tight lines and stay safe. See you next time.